welcome to your personalized deep dive. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the early career of Zhang Yiming, the founder of ByteDance.
Yes.
The company behind TikTok.
That's right.
You've shared some really interesting pieces about Yiming's journey before he became a global tech superstar.
Yeah, his early days.
And I think you'll be surprised by what we uncover.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we're not just going to list his achievements. We want to really explore how his experiences shaped his thinking.
Right.
And really laid the foundation for ByteDance's incredible success.
Exactly. Think of it like this. We're going on an archaeological dig through Yiming's past, looking for the seeds of ideas
I love that.
that eventually blossomed into TikTok.
That's a really great analogy.
Yeah.
So our first stop takes us back to the Wild West of early Chinese internet startups.
Oh, yeah.
Around 2009.
Okay.
Yiming teams up with Wang Xing.
Wang Xing.
Now that name might ring a bell because he went on to found Meituan,
Yes, very famous.
the massive Chinese super app. Together, they launched
Fanfu.
which was essentially China's answer to Twitter.
Yeah, like a microblogging platform.
So what's really interesting here is that this wasn't Yiming's first rodeo.
That's right.
He already had a few startups under his belt,
He did.
including a travel search engine.
Yeah, he was drawn to that world.
Wait, a travel search engine?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it seems like he was always trying to solve that information discovery problem.
Yeah, like early on, even back then.
Absolutely. And at Fanfu, he was really honing his technical skills.
Yeah.
He was responsible for building core features like the search function and trending topics.
Oh, wow.
Things we take for granted now,
Totally.
but back then,
Yeah.
they were cutting edge.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was already getting like hands-on experience
Yeah,
with the kind of features that would later become essential for platforms like TikTok.
precisely. But then things took a dramatic turn.
Oh.
Riots broke out in Xinjiang, and the Chinese government, concerned about online discourse, decided to shut down Fanfu.
Wow. That must have been a huge blow for Yiming.
Major setback, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it was also a revelation.
Yeah.
The shutdown forced Yiming to think deeply about the true purpose of social media.
Okay.
He realized it wasn't just about connecting with friends,
Right.
it was also a powerful tool for consuming information.
That's a key insight.
Yeah.
It's like he suddenly saw this bigger picture.
Exactly.
So what did he do next?
Well, he wasn't one to stay down for long.
Right.
Enter Joan Wang,
Yeah.
a venture capitalist who recognized Yiming's talent and backed him to start 99 Fang,
99
a real estate search portal.
Okay, so from social media to real estate,
Yeah.
that's quite a jump.
It might seem that way, but this is where we start to see Yiming's entrepreneurial genius at work.
Okay.
At 99 Fang, his leadership style really shines. People described him as a calm and encouraging leader who avoided anger and cultivated a balanced emotional state.
Wow.
A far cry from the stereotypical image of a hard-charging tech CEO.
That's so interesting. You don't often hear about tech leaders being described as calm.
No, you don't.
It seems like he had a very different approach.
He did. And it clearly worked. They launched a bunch of different apps,
Oh, wow.
and one in particular called Real Estate Information really took off.
Okay. What did that app do?
It aggregated news and articles about the real estate market from various sources.
It's like a one-stop shop.
Think of it as a one-stop shop for all things real estate information.
So he was already experimenting with information aggregation even back then?
He was.
Is it like the seeds of Tuxiao and TikTok were starting to sprout?
Exactly. This is where the light bulb moment happens.
Okay.
Yiming sees that this model of aggregating information from multiple sources has enormous potential, and not just for real estate.
Yep.
He was witnessing a major shift towards mobile information consumption firsthand.
Right. And speaking of shifts, remember the iPhone 4S launch?
Oh, yeah?
In China, it was like a cultural earthquake.
Huge.
Suddenly, everyone had access to information in their pocket.
It was a game changer. Yeah,
The smartphone wasn't just a new gadget,
right.
it fundamentally altered how people in China accessed information,
Wow.
bypassing traditional state-controlled media and opening up a whole new world of online content.
And Yiming Ever, the visionary, saw this as a chance to completely reinvent how people consume news and content.
Precisely.
So it wasn't just theory for him.
No, it wasn't.
Yiming actually observed people on the Beijing subway ditching their newspapers in favor of their smartphones.
Really?
He even made a bold prediction saying mobile phones will likely replace the newspaper.
Wow.
He was so ahead of the curve.
He was so ahead of the curve. Talk about being ahead of the curve.
So at this point,
Yeah.
Yiming's got this wealth of experience under his belt.
Right.
Build search engines, social media platforms, real estate apps, all while witnessing this seismic shift towards mobile.
Yeah, crazy.
What did he do with all this insight?
Well, he realized that the real estate market was too limited.
Okay.
He was driven by a much grander vision.
The desire to build something with universal appeal.
Okay.
And so he made a bold decision.
What's that?
He resigned from 99 Fang.
He quit. Now, this is where things started to get really exciting.
It was a huge leap of faith, quitting 99 Fang, but it wasn't reckless. You know, he had this deep understanding of the Chinese tech landscape and a clear vision for the future.
So it wasn't just about smartphones.
Yeah.
It was about this, like, fundamental shift
Yeah.
in how people were consuming information.
Exactly. People were hungry for content.
Right.
But they wanted it curated, personalized.
Yeah.
Remember his experience with aggregating real estate information?
Yeah.
This is where it all comes full circle.
So he saw the potential to apply that model to a much wider range of content. News, entertainment, anything you could think of.
That's the brilliance of Yiming's thinking.
Yeah.
He understood that technology could be used to personalize the experience.
Right.
Delivering the right content to the right person at the right time. And this is where ByteDance enters the picture.
ByteDance.
Yeah.
The company behind TikTok.
That's right.
So this is where it all began.
This is where it all began.
Right.
Founded in 2012, ByteDance started out with a series of mobile apps, but there's one in particular that quickly gains traction. Tuxiao.
Tuxiao?
Translates to today's headlines.
Okay, I've heard of Tuxiao.
Yeah.
It's a news aggregator, right?
That's right, but it's not just any news aggregator.
Right.
Tuxiao uses algorithms to curate content based on user preferences.
Oh, so it's like personalized?
It's like a personalized news feed.
Okay.
A radical shift away from traditional media where editors decided what people should read.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So instead of getting the same news as everyone else, you're getting news tailored to your specific interests.
Exactly. And this approach was a massive hit.
Wow.
Within a few years, Tuxiao had millions of users.
Wow.
And was attracting serious attention from investors.
Yeah.
Yiming's vision was becoming a reality.
It's amazing how Tuxiao embodies Yiming's belief in the power of technology.
It really does. He always saw technology as a way to democratize information, to break down barriers between people and knowledge.
But Tuxiao wasn't just about algorithms.
Right.
Content is still king after all.
You're absolutely right. Yiming understood this from the very beginning.
Okay.
He built a network of content creators, both professional and amateur, to feed the Tuxiao beast.
So he created this whole ecosystem.
Yes.
This melting pot of news, opinions, entertainment, all personalized.
All personalized.
For each user. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Did he know then that he was essentially creating a blueprint for TikTok?
It's hard to say for sure what was going through his mind at that time.
Right.
You can definitely see the parallels.
Yeah.
Tuxiao was like a testing ground for a lot of the ideas that would eventually make TikTok a global phenomenon.
Okay. Now this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
In 2017, ByteDance launched Douyin, a short-form video app for the Chinese market.
Basically TikTok, but with a Chinese twist.
Okay.
And it exploded in popularity, especially among younger users.
Why do you think that was?
I think it tapped into this universal human desire for self-expression and creativity.
Okay.
People loved being able to create and share short, engaging videos.
Yeah.
It was fun, it was addictive, and it was unlike anything else out there.
And Yiming saw the global potential right away.
He did.
Yeah.
He knew he had something special on his hands.
Yeah.
So he launched a nearly identical app, TikTok, for international markets.
Okay.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
It's amazing to think that TikTok, this global phenomenon with over 1 billion users,
I know, it's crazy,
has its roots in a real estate app and a personalized news feed.
Yiming's journey is a testament to the power of iteration, innovation, and constantly adapting to the changing landscape.
Yeah.
But of course, with great success comes great responsibility.
Right.
And TikTok's rapid rise to global dominance has brought its fair share of challenges.
That's right. Privacy concerns, content moderation issues, geopolitical tensions.
All of them.
TikTok seems to be constantly in the headlines.
Yeah, definitely.
For one reason or another.
Exactly. And that's what we'll be diving into in the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll explore the dark side of TikTok's success and what it means for the future of this global phenomenon.
we've seen how Zhang Yiming's journey, it led for the creation of TikTok.
Right.
This global phenomenon that's really, captured the hearts and minds of millions.
It's everywhere.
But as we kind of hinted at, in the last part, TikTok's success hasn't come without its share of controversy.
It hasn't, no.
TikTok's meteoric rise has thrust it into the global spotlight.
For sure.
And, with that comes this level of scrutiny that very few companies ever experience.
It's true.
Let's start with perhaps the most pressing issue. Data privacy.
Okay, data privacy.
TikTok collects a vast amount of user data.
Yeah, it does.
What they watch, how they interact, even their location.
That's right.
And this has understandably raised some concerns about how that data is being used and who has access to it.
Right. And this concern is amplified by ByteDance's Chinese roots.
Right.
Some governments have expressed worries that user data could be shared with the Chinese government.
Right.
A claim that ByteDance has repeatedly denied.
Yeah. It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Yeah.
On the one hand, you have users who want a personalized experience.
Of course.
And that requires data.
Right.
On the other hand, you have these legitimate concerns about privacy and security.
Exactly. And it's not just about data collection. There's also the challenge of content moderation.
Yeah, content moderation.
With millions of users uploading content every single day.
That's a lot.
Keeping harmful or inappropriate material off the platform.
Yeah.
It's a Herculean task.
Yeah, it's like playing whack-a-mole with a million moles.
That's a great analogy. TikTok has been criticized for a wide range of content moderation issues.
Yeah, I've seen that.
From allowing hate speech and misinformation to promoting dangerous trends. They've implemented various measures to combat these issues.
Right.
But it's an ongoing battle.
It's a constant arms race.
It is.
Between the platform and, those who are trying to exploit it.
Exactly. And as if data privacy and content moderation weren't enough, there's also the geopolitical layer to consider.
What? The geopolitical layer.
TikTok has found itself caught in the crossfire between the U.S. and China.
This is where things get really complicated.
It does. The U.S. government has expressed concerns about national security risks associated with TikTok and has even considered banning the app altogether.
Wow.
This highlights the complex interplay between technology politics and global power dynamics.
It's a reminder that technology doesn't exist in a vacuum.
It doesn't.
It's deeply intertwined.
It is.
With the political landscape.
Right.
So where does this leave Zhang Yiming?
That's a great question.
In 2021, he stepped down as CEO of ByteDance.
He did.
Citing a desire to focus on long-term strategy. Some have speculated that, these mounting pressures maybe played a role in his decision.
It's impossible to know for sure what motivated his decision.
Yeah.
But what's clear is that Yiming's legacy is incredibly complex.
Yeah.
And multifaceted. He's a visionary entrepreneur who built a global tech empire. But his creation is also grappling with these significant challenges.
It's a fascinating case study, really.
It is.
It makes you wonder, what will the long-term impact of TikTok and ByteDance be?
Yeah.
Will they be able to navigate these challenges and continue to thrive?
That's the million-dollar question.
I know, and it's one that we'll all be watching closely.
You will be.
Zhang Yiming's story is a powerful reminder that technological innovation is a double-edged sword.
It is.
It has the potential to connect us, entertain us, and inform us.
For sure.
But it also forces us to confront difficult questions about privacy, security, and the responsible use of data.
Oh, those big questions.
It's a story that's still being written.
It is.
And the ending is far from certain.
Not at all.
But one thing is for sure.
What's that?
Zhang Yiming's journey from a small startup to a global tech giant. It's a fascinating tale of ambition, innovation, and the unintended consequences of technological progress.
It's an amazing story.
What an incredible deep dive this has been.
It has been.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring.